Hi guys, welcome to our today's tutorial. My name is Aaron, and this time round I'm going to take you through how you can get started with Microsoft Word. Ideally, I'm going to take you to the basics of Microsoft Word that will enable you to get started with this program. Maybe you have never seen or you have never used this Microsoft Word and you don't know how you can go about it, but in this tutorial I'm going to take you through the basics that will help you to get started with this Microsoft Word. So let's get started. First of all, we are going to open our Microsoft Word program, and you are going to see the layout and all. So to begin with, the easiest way you can get the Microsoft Word program is by searching from your search button. If you come here in your search button here and you search the word, just say Word, you can say the program will pop up here, Microsoft Word 2010. So you double click it to open. Now we have a layout of Microsoft Word, and initially when you open this program, it will give you a blank document, or rather a blank layout. Now it is in this layout where you are going to do all things that you have to do, maybe with typing and all of it, inserting pictures and doing everything in this layout. So here, up here, we have several buttons. Right here you have a home button, or rather home menu. Here you have a insert menu. Under home menu, there are different things you can do here in the home menu. If you go to insert, you can see it also has other features here. Go to the layout, has got its own features, references, mailing, review and view. But first I want to just take you through the home button, where how you can get started with this application. So under the home button here, they have so many features here. Like for instance, we have here this called the font type, the font size, bolding, italics, underlining, coloring, and so on. Under the font, the font button here, you can have all these. Then we also have the paragraphing area, where you can do anything to do with paragraphing. You can do it here, numbering and so on. Then styles, you can also apply the styles depending on how you want the text to be. You apply styles from this side. Now so getting started with it, let's say we have a document here. Let's say for instance, maybe we have a document getting started with Microsoft Word. Maybe you have the introduction, and under the introduction you have so many. Let's say you have a text here, maybe just get something and assume it's a text. Maybe you have the document you're typing, maybe that's the document you have. And so the first thing you have to do, here, like for instance here, when you're typing this document, you can type up to the end. Like for instance, when you're typing there up to the end, you go there. Now when the document reaches at the end of the page here, it goes to the next line. That means when you're typing, you type that sentence. When you reach when you type that sentence, when you reach at the end of the page, the cursor will automatically move you to the next line. What if our text was very short? Maybe the sentence was very short and we want to move to the next line. How do we go about it? What you do, you just press the enter button on your keyboard and the cursor will be able to move to the next line. This is our cursor currently at the end of this text. But when you press an enter button on your keyboard, the cursor moves to the next line. When you press it again, it moves to the next another line. That means when you are writing a document here up to this point and you want to leave some space here so that you continue with the document down here, you can simply use the enter button from your keyboard. Press enter to move to the next line, enter again, just press the enter button and the space is being created. Maybe that's the space that you wanted, and you can now continue typing from that place. And to move the next line, just press enter to move to the next line. But otherwise, when you just continue, when you reach at the end of the page, the cursor will move automatically instead of you moving by yourself. So that is it. Now the space has been created here. Maybe the space you wanted. So that's the things that we have known, how to insert a space in between here, and also how the cursor moves. Next thing I wanted to show you is how to now format this document. Let's say maybe the getting started with Microsoft Word is the heading of your title of your presentation. Now, getting started with Microsoft Word and the entire document, they all have the same size, and you want maybe the heading to be unique. So to get started with it, I want you to understand this concept, that the concept of highlighting. Highlighting here means you select the text that you want to be unique from others, then you can perform the formatting features. For instance, getting started with Microsoft Word may be our topic. So what you do, you select the entire text, getting started with Microsoft Word. Select it. You take your cursor at the beginning of the document that you want to make it unique, like there. Then you long press your mouse and you drag it to the right. Now the text has been selected. Now because the text has been selected, you can now do any formatting features you want from this menu. For instance here, this is the button for bolding. When you click it, the text here has been bolded. Now it's different from others. Maybe you wanted it to be underlined. First thing, you have to highlight it. You highlight the text. Now you go to the underline button and you click underline. You can see our text has been underlined. There are also different ways you can underline your document. This button here gives you other preferences that you can use. For instance, we are having a single line, but there are so many other lines that you can do. That's why you have this button here. When you click it, it will give you other ways that you can underline your work. You can choose that one. You can see the more you choose it, it's being changed here. Like now you can choose the one that is suitable for you. Let's take maybe the double line. You click it, it has been applied here. That's the concept of it. Again, this font here is very small, and you want it to be maybe bigger than the entire text. They have the text, the feature here of this one that will help you to increase your text. This one will decrease your text, but for this one it will increase it. You click it, see the text is being incremented. When you click this one, meaning we are decreasing the font. same thing. So that is the feature and the basic that you need to know. Another thing to know is that from this text, getting started in Microsoft Word, being the title of the text, may want it to have a different color. Maybe you want it to be the text to appear in the color of blue. First thing you do, you highlight. So the main thing idea is that here, if you want to apply these features here to any of the document, the first thing you have to do is to highlight it. Once you have highlighted it, you can do any changes, you can do any formatting features that you want. For example, for this text here, I have already highlighted it. Now I want to change the color. Initially it is black, but I want to change it to be maybe blue or red, any of your desired. So what you do, you come here on your under your home menu here, you have the place for color here, the font color. This arrow will take you to different kind of colors. Initially it is red, but if you click this arrow, it will take you to so many of them. You have black, blue, red, yellow. Now you choose the one you want. Maybe you want it to be blue, and you choose blue there and you click. Now a text has been, the feature has been applied there. That is it. Now that is the content I wanted to show. Another thing here, let's say our introduction part here, you need it to be of a different color. First thing, you highlight it. Now you select the color you want from this place. Maybe you want it to be red. Red is there, just click it. Now the text has been turned to red. Or I can also increase the size. Highlight it, you come to the size. Here you decrement it. For this case, you increase it. Now that's the introduction part. You can see how the text is now becoming more presentable. Now that is it. Now another thing here I want to show for today is that after applying all these features, maybe you want to, maybe the introduction part here, you want it to be in italic form. Italic form meaning the text here, you want it to look like it is slanting. You want it to look like it's slanting. So if to make it applicable, first thing you highlight it and you go to the italic button there. When you click it, you can see the text is somehow slanting. You see, so the text looks slant from others. That's how you can apply that feature. Now let's take for instance where you have also another text here. Let's say maybe the address. Maybe you may be having an address like PO Box, maybe 32 50 Nairobi. This is the address you have. But for this case, we have written it using the small letters. Alright. Now, and maybe you want it to be in the uppercase. Now deleting the whole of this, deleting the whole of it, and now start typing in the alphabet or rather in the uppercase. It will take you a lot of time. What do you do? You just select the text here, then you go under the home menu here and select this feature. When you click it, it will give you options. You can change it to be a sentence case, you can make it to be a lowercase, which is initially in a lowercase, you can make it an uppercase, you can capitalize each letter word or toggle case. For instance, I want this adverb here to be in the uppercase. So when you click uppercase, the text has been changed to the uppercase. Now instead of me deleting all of this and start typing using the uppercase, I just select the whole of it. I go to this button and I apply the feature here. Let's take for instance this statement here. I want you to change it to the uppercase. What I do, I just highlight it or rather select it when you find it more presentable, and you come to the change case here button. Now you make it upper, and the change has been made to be the uppercase. Same case here, and take it back to its initial form. Just go do the same thing. Come here, make it a lowercase or a sentence case. Sentence case here meaning each statement will start with a capital letter. Each statement will start with a capital letter. That's a sentence case. Toggle case here. So in a toggle case here, that means the first letter will be small and the rest will be the uppercase. For example, when you apply this feature here, that means the first letter here, the small letter. Let me use the example of this one. That means the first letter will be small and the rest will be the uppercase. Same to this statement. The first letter will be a lowercase and the rest becomes the uppercase. That's the feature of the toggle. Now, initially our addresses are being written at the right part. Let's say now you have written your address here, and you want to move it to this end. What you do, you first select your address, then under this paragraphing part, there are so many features here. If you click this one, it will align your text to the left, which is initially at the left here. For this one, it will take your text to the center of the page, somewhere. And for this one, it will take the end of the page. For instance, when you apply this one, the text will move to the center of the page. And I use the other one that's move you to the right side of the page. That's how you apply this paragraphing feature of alignment. The next thing I want to do is to how you can number your work. Now there are so many ways you can number your work. For instance, if you have maybe this is the document you have and you want to number it. These are a couple of statements. To number all these, the first thing you select the entire document that you want to be numbered. Then under the paragraphing part, you come up here. You can number it using bullets. You can number it using numbers, and you can also number using multi-level list. To number it using bullets, you select this icon here. That will take you to more types of bullets. But if you look at that one, you have this type of bulletin. You have that one. You can see when you click it, the text changes. You apply that one to load that way. Apply this one. Now you choose the one that you think it is more appropriate to your text. Maybe you can choose that one, and that is it. Maybe you want to do so by doing numbering. Using numbering, you highlight the text first, come to the numbering button. You can use A, B, 1, 2, 3. You can use 1, 2, 3 with brackets, Roman numbers, A, B, C, A, B small letters, the lowercase. That one and that one. So you can choose the one that you feel like it's good to go about it. Thank you. I hope now you are getting some basics on how you can apply, you can get started with Microsoft Word. And so far you are good to go when it comes to numbering of this. Yes, thank you. So mostly today we are focused on under this home menu, on the home menu and the features that are commonly used under this home menu. So by now I believe that you have gotten some hint on how you can get started with Microsoft Word by your own. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed our lesson, and I believe by now you are now in a position to get started with Microsoft Word just on a few bases that we have just discussed. Now, after I've discussed that, in our next lesson we shall know how can we create a cover page in Microsoft Word, and how we can insert a blank page, and how we can insert borders on the page, inserting tables, and how to insert pictures and shapes in a Microsoft Word in our next lesson. Thank you so much. I believe you have enjoyed this lesson, and in our next lesson I believe that you will enjoy even better. But for now, just click a subscribe button there so that you can get all the notifications of the videos that I will be posting in this channel. Thank you so much. Goodbye. See you in the next lesson. Thank you.